Okay, so before we get into the video, I just have a very special announcement to make. Tomorrow, I'm opening the doors for my premium course, the Ultimate Stock Music Masterclass. Now, this is gonna be a special offer for you. It's gonna be the end of summer sale, and I'm just gonna be slashing the price of my course. And the reason why is because I got so many messages from a lot of you guys that couldn't make it. They couldn't afford it because it was in the middle of the summer. Some of you were moving houses. I got so many emails and so many stories, and I completely understand because I have taken courses myself online. And at times this kind of offers, it comes out at a wrong time and we can't really make it. So this offer is only going to be available for a few days, and I will be giving you more details tomorrow. So what you can do for now is in the description I have my guide. So if you're not part of my list, you can download my guide, and I will be sending an email tomorrow announcing that the doors will be opening with a link for the course, so you can really take advantage of this special offer. Okay, so I just wanted to make this a quick announcement for those of you who are interested in this course. And again, this is the time to actually enroll in my premium course. And it's the end of summer sale, really. And again, this is a gift from me to you for those of you who couldn't make it the first time around. I'm really looking forward to see you on the inside. Let's carry on with the video for now. This is just something that I wanted to do very quickly in the intro. So I'm gonna show you today music tracks, old music tracks of mine who actually managed to get past the doors, the gates of the reviewers on AudioJungle, and they're on my portfolio. They even have sales. Now, I don't consider this my best work, and I just want to show you of like the back in the days, the quality control was a little bit lower. Why I want to show you this? Well, because I want to show you that when we get rejections, there's usually two things that happen. First of all, we just want to get into the library. We just want to submit our music. At the moment where we're making this music, depending on our journey or where we're at, we might feel that this is the best that we can come up with at that very particular moment in time. The other thing is that we might be focusing on something that is not our strength, okay? And by that I mean that you're probably composing music or writing music that is not really where your skills are, or what your skill levels are, that you're just something that you're naturally talented towards something. In my case, I'm a guitar player. So I want to show you very quickly music tracks. First of all, I'm going to show you old music tracks and the latest music tracks as well, so we can compare the quality and see that you can still get a track accepted on AudioJungle. You can still make sales, but you as a composer might feel a little bit like, well, that's not really my best work, okay? And even though we're in this business to sell the music and to license it, deep down inside, we know as a composer, as a musician, as an artist, we can make better music. And the goal at the end is slowly over time starts changing from I want to get accepted, I don't want to get rejected, I want to make sales. But then there's another level to that, and that other level is, am I making the best music that I can possibly make, you know? So when you get to that level, everything else will fall in place, or it will just disappear, and it will make sense. Sales will come, rejection will be a thing of the past, really. You won't be thinking about rejection like I was back in the day. So I just want to show you very quickly here. Okay, so in video one, I showed you a drum track that never made it to the jungle. And I'm gonna play it for you again. And it's this epic drum, just very quickly, just so you can get the vibe of this drum track. And never managed to get past the review process. So let me play it again one more time so you can listen to it. Okay, so this track never made it, okay? And I was still frustrated with that idea of rejection, so I decided to make a new one. So this one did made it to the actual jungle, and it's just one of those things, it's really a matter of in this case, I think with this track there was nothing wrong with it, but maybe it was the arrangement. I really don't know. So I'm going to show you, and actually made a few of them. If you can see here, I even made a cinematic drum pack out of them as well. So I'm just going to play you the one that got accepted, and so you can see that they sound very similar, but it's just a little bit of arrangement is a little bit different and maybe more powerful. So let me play this one for you.
AudioJungle.
This kind of drum tracks are really popular in commercials and whatnot. So that got accepted, and I'm really happy with the result. But I took it a step further, and I did another track like that. This one has a little bit more sales, 15 sales. No biggie, but it just shows you that your first attempt might be a failure, but then you can actually break through. So let's listen to this one, epic cinematic drums. Let's see what it is. I'm using basically the same samples, really.
AudioJungle.
A little bit more intense. Obviously, I'm just messing about with the drum samples and trying to create something very epic and powerful. So that's when it comes down to drums. I did another one here as well. I can see kickstart my drums. Let's see. Well, I'm showing you this as an example that sometimes you might get a rejection on one hand, and then on the other hand, if you really work a little bit better on your compositions, you could get past the review process, and you could have sales for sure. I mean, this one has 15 sales. If I would have given up just because I got the first rejection with my previous one, I'm missing out. And it's not only about the sales and passing the review process, but as well it's about how much better can I create my own compositions. So here I want to show you some of my old music tracks actually, and I just want to share with you how my corporate music was sounded back then. Let me just see if this is the right page here. Yes, it is. So I just want to show you this very first music track. This is back in the day. This is like 2014. So it got past the review, but and it has 2 sales, not bad, but. For what it is, and I have it here on sale as well. A little bit of brought the price down because it is what it is. So let's listen to this one very quickly. The very first problem with this one is that is the fake harmonics in the beginning. They're really not the proper plugin. They're not the proper samples. And yes, samples at times and plugins can play a major factor, even though I use a lot of stock samples myself. But I could have done this with my guitars myself. I'm a guitar player, so I don't need to really apply fake harmonics with stock plugins. So if I show you, for example, something new, this is fairly new. I guess it's a year old or more or less. This one, Success and Happiness. this is a little bit of a newer version of my stock music track. Now, anyways, my point is that that previous track, it will have never passed the review process today, and that's something that you just know with experience, and because of the sound production mainly. It might be a good compositional idea, but because the production doesn't do it any favor. So here's a little bit, something a little bit more new, and this is what it will sound like.
AudioJungle.
The very first thing you notice is those guitars, they're so wide, and the reason why is because I am actually playing the guitar myself. I'm not programming them. I'm not saying that you cannot get this sound with a plugin or a sample. You can, and I have many friends who are not guitar players, and they actually do very well doing corporate music programming. But my point is that if I'm a guitar player, there's no reason for me to actually do fake harmonics when it's easier if I can just grab the guitar and actually do the fake harmonics or do the palm muted guitar myself play. This is something that I struggled for years, and I have many corporate tracks like that in the past that they actually managed to get past the review process in AudioJungle. They got sales. But it's not even about that at this point. At this point, it's like, how much better can I make my music, you know, and just really grow as a composer, and not so focus so much on the actual review and even sales, but how much better can my music be? And this is a perfect example that between this music track and the one that I showed you, the previous one, corporate, it's just the difference is so much in terms of quality and production. Here's another one. An inspiring story, a little bit different, I guess, in terms of vibe.
AudioJungle.
The production is very consistent one with the other. Obviously, when I'm uploading these music tracks, I'm uploading them one after the other, and I'm in that frame of mind. So you will get better as time passes by. I want to show you very quickly as well. Obviously, I'm showing you a little bit more of my best work, but compare that to this. Where is it? I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but this to me sounds like Lego. It sounds a little bit very mechanic. It's almost like, it sounds like a toy that my daughter plays with. And it could be for that, you know. It sounds almost like that. It could be for I don't know, a ringtone or something. But it's definitely not this, you know. Where is it? It's definitely not this. And especially in the beginning, when I really want to work on my skills as a guitar player and see how can I create this atmosphere of guitar playing, especially in the beginning where it's just so wide, you know.
AudioJungle.
That is something that I'm still working on. I don't think as an artist you ever say like, that's it, I don't need to improve on my skills as a composer, as a producer. This is always going to be in the making. So it's good to see that you can play music from a few years ago and say, well, that's really crap. Now I'm getting hopefully better with time and with practice. I want to show you a little bit as well of acoustic tracks here. Where are my acoustic tracks? Okay, this is my newest work, but I want to show you something old actually first. Let's see this acoustic inspiration. It has sales, and there's nothing wrong with it. Let's play it.
AudioJungle.
Okay, this is the very first mistake here, and this got past the review, but I did get a soft review, soft rejection at one point. If I'm correct, this particular music track was recorded with my electroacoustic guitar, but plugged in and straight into the actual interface, not with a microphone, and it creates this annoying sound of acoustic guitar playing. It's not meant to be used like that. These acoustic guitars are meant to be plugged in when you're doing a recording, a live event or a concert or a gig. But you don't record an acoustic guitar that it has a pickup. You don't plug it straight in. You actually use a microphone. But you know, it got past the review. But this is unacceptable. Really, it will never. If you really pay attention to this one, it's not done with a microphone.
AudioJungle.
That note right there, it just gives it away. That's the ring of the actual piezo. Not piezo, it doesn't call piezo, but it's just a built-in microphone the electroacoustic guitar has. Now play that with something that is a little bit more recent, which is actually done with a microphone and you know, at a certain distance with the actual guitar playing, and you know, it's a little bit more organic, we hope.
AudioJungle.
Organic, that's right away. It doesn't sound fake. So this is a perfect example, and I'm showing you something from the past and something that's a little bit more new. Even though this particular track, I think, is not that new, but it's not that old either. Let's see, what's the date? Okay, 2017. This is from 2000, and the very first one that I showed you, that's from 2014. So it's just one of those things. So the purpose of this video is to show you my very first work, the very first music compositions that I uploaded to AudioJungle while I was going through a lot of rejections. And even the ones that actually made it back then, they still, they don't really qualify, in my opinion, in my own personal opinion, that they will actually get accepted today. That's my whole point, because AudioJungle over the years have raised the bar in terms of quality, and it's tougher to get nowadays. I'm not going to deny that. So that's the reason why I'm showing you this, that back in the day I will get music tracks accepted, and I'm not saying that there was something wrong really, but maybe today the standards have changed for sure, and you can see the quality, how the difference in terms of production, composition, and arrangement. And this is something that is always an ongoing process of getting better. You're always working on your craft. You always, you know, just really just focusing so much on how much better can you be as a composer, how much better can you get, and always learning. And that's why I want to show you this, you know, that is sometimes we focus so much on the rejection, and when you get past that rejection or in this case AudioJungle, you always think to yourself, how can I become better as a composer, you know? Because and yes, there is a time as well that your music it is to a certain level that is very good, and you pretty much will know it, and you can still submit to AudioJungle, and they will say to you like, you're not AudioJungle material. I have friends that it's just like that. And I have had these conversations before, and it's just like, your music is just not AudioJungle really. And it's perfectly fine. I have joined many libraries over the years, and even quite recently I tried to join one high-end library, and they just say to you very politely, your music is not for us. You don't belong here. And you just have to move on really. That rejection is part of music licensing, either you like it or not. Your music can have a home somewhere, but you're going to get rejected one way or another. In this case, in this video series, I'm just focusing on AudioJungle because I get so many messages about it, and I know how painful can it be, because I've been there. And today when I hear to these music tracks that I'm showing and sharing with you, and especially the old stuff, I think to myself, I can't believe this thing got passed. And back in the days, I even had sales. And like I said, there's nothing. I'm not throwing my music, saying that it's something wrong, that is so horrible, that how dare I, because I don't think it's like that, but I can definitely make a better job. And even with the latest stuff that I'm showing you, I still believe that I can make a better job as well. Obviously, like I said, this is something that is always an ongoing process. We never say like this is it. I have reached the my level of excellence, and I don't need to improve on my skills as a composer, as a producer. So I guess that's the message here. It's a never-ending pursuit of excellence, and you decide what that level of excellence is, and hopefully that level of excellence you will never reach it, because we always want to be better. That's the reality of it. I want to be better, and hopefully in a few years' time I can show you my latest work, and we can compare that in the future to what I'm showing you today. And I think to be vulnerable like that as well as a composer, as an artist, the best thing to do is to compose the music and get it out as well. Not wait until you have everything under control and have the skill levels. And that's it. I have the best computer in the world. I have the best plugins. You just have to go compose your music, let it out, get rejected, and try again. And just go. It's a complete on the attack. I think that's as well what I would like to say. And because we do get beaten down by rejection. I get so many messages I can't really explain, or not explain. I can't really. I can really relate, and at the same time try to explain to you guys that don't let that get you. Don't take it too hard so much. Just work on your craft. Just really keep going. Never give up. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And we as composers, we're just in this business of rejection is part of it. And there's other professions that they deal with this on a daily basis as well. I have friends who are actors and filmmakers, and when they're trying to apply for roles and stuff, there's more rejection than actually that there is acceptance. So we just have to stay positive and work on our craft, and we are our own reviewers, really. So I guess that's as well the message with this video. Anyways, man, I don't want to drag this video so long, but I really feel that I can do more of this. I want to get more into the production side of music making, of stock music, maybe composition, spice it up a little bit more in my YouTube channel, and maybe share a little bit about what I'm doing right or wrong, and hopefully I can share this journey as well as we go along. And there is a lot of focus on AudioJungle, so that's why I want to talk about rejection a little bit more in detail, and like I said, just dissect your own work as well, and really see it from a different perspective. So anyways, guys, hope this videos find you well. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. And as always, thanks a lot for all the love and support. Thanks for sharing. Thanks a lot for all the comments and for everything. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that. Check the other videos I have concerning stock music. And as always, rock and roll. And here's to your success.